champions and the number 4 team in the country, Florida State, taking on Southern Miss. There's Chief Osceola, the spear plant, and welcome inside Doak Campbell Stadium alongside Orlando Franklin. I'm George Sedano. Marilyn Payne will join us in just a second. Orlando, Florida State is number 4. They just beat LSU. They got a matchup tonight against Southern Miss. What do you make of the matchup?
Well, tonight's all about Florida State correcting their mistakes from last week, right? Offensively, you got to get the run game going early and often, and no drops out of these explosive wide receiver room. Defensively, it's about the miscommunication and the missed tackles. They are looking to clean that up today and show the world that last week wasn't a fluke. Southern Miss, what do you make of their chances tonight? Well, it's about developing, right? Taking the next level. I think when you look at Southern Miss, they are going to probably win the Sun Belt. For them, I think this will be a great test for that young football team and just to see how they match up against a talented FSU team.
And there's head coach Mike Norvell. Coach Norvell, 57-32 overall, 19-16 in his 4th season at Florida State. Big win against LSU. And then Coach Hall on the other side for Southern Miss. Southern Miss has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, and Florida State will receive.
Look for Southern Miss to come out and try to compete immediately, but try to take it to Florida State with their front 7 and match up to match the physicality that this football team's going to put out.
Andrew Stein kicks it off, and Winston Wright Jr. brings it back to the 25-yard line, and that's where Florida State will begin their drive. Jordan Travis, Heisman hopeful, you think, this year?
Absolutely, and I think that when you talk to this coaching staff, they talk about that this offense is Jordan Travis's offense, that they would not be able to run a lot of things that they run on a week-to-week basis if they did not have Jordan Travis. And we saw last week him operate it at 100%.
A monster game for him last week at Florida State, as you saw there. Southern Miss coming up with a win against Alcorn State. Travis in the gun to begin this one at his own 25-yard line. Travis rolling to his right, finds a man, incomplete though, couldn't hold on. Jaheim Bell dropped that one.
Right off the top, you see Coach Norvell with all the different levels on this offense, but you also see Jaheim Bell with a drop.
It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up for Mike Norvell's squad. Jaheim Bell, 2 touchdowns last week, the South Carolina transfer.
He is a guy that you don't even know how to cover this guy. Do they treat him like a tight end? Do they treat him like a wide receiver? I'm sure FSU is excited to see what Southern Miss is going to do today.
He's a football player, plays tight end, running back, receiver. Maybe you'll see him at other positions too. Travis under center, Coleman in motion. Play action for Travis, sets up the screen to Benson. Benson finding room and barrels through tacklers as he gets near midfield. A 20-yard gain for Benson. Dylan Lawrence with the tackle for Southern Miss.
You could see this, then get ready to set up a screen to get Big Roderick out there, and also Darius Washington out there blocking on the perimeter with this experienced offensive line.
First down there at the 49-yard line for Travis. Travis hands it off to Benson up the middle. Benson gets stopped after a short gain, a gain of about 3.
You see FSU right away trying to get that run game going and also trying to show a little bit of tempo, getting up to the line of scrimmage.
Short gain there. Travis in the gun on 2nd and 7. Again to Benson. Struggled getting the snap, but was able to haul it in and corral it in. Now a 2-yard gain on the left side. Tackle there made by Jalil Clemens.
Trey Benson has been explosive, but also showed you with his low center of gravity that he can move piles. And Jordan Travis doing a great job reading the end man on the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3. Travis with the keeper, goes up the middle, gets to the 40, should have a first down. Yes, he does. Picks up 4, and they move the chains. Florida State and company in business. Jordan Travis is one of these guys that he is dangerous when he moves, Orlando.
Yeah, quick, easy read, get upfield as soon as possible, get what you could get, and convert on 3rd downs right there.
Lawrence Toafili now in the backfield with Travis. Travis looking to throw, goes down the field. He's got a man. It's Coleman. Coleman hauls it in. No, incomplete. Could not haul it in. Michael Caraway Jr. in coverage for Southern Miss.
Caraway Jr. matches up about the best on Southern Miss defense as possible. Right here, you know, Keon Coleman wants that one back. It hit him right in the hands, but he wasn't able to secure it all the way through the ground.
Keon Coleman, a great connection last week at LSU. 3 touchdowns, a hat trick for him in his first game as a Seminole, the Michigan State transfer, and did it against his old State's squad. He's a Louisiana kid. 2nd and 10 here. Toafili in the pistol formation. Travis is with Toafili behind him. Play action. Travis over the middle, guns it, and he's got a man. It's Spann for a first down. A big gain near the 15-yard line. A 23-yard pitch and catch for Travis to Spann.
Deuce Spann understands that the DBs are playing way off, and Jordan Travis is just going to put it right there in the catch radius of Spann because of how far off the DBs are playing right now.
Quick tempo here for Florida State. It's Toafili on the left side for a 2-yard gain. Spann, an Illinois transfer. Saw him a little bit last week as well.
Yeah, you see this wide receiver room, and it is impressive. Every single one of these guys are big, tall, and strong, and they could go up and get the ball, but also beat you with speed.
Travis looking to the sideline for instruction. The pistol formation, didn't see a lot of this, I don't think, last week against LSU. Movement there, that's an easy call. Southern Miss with the infraction. Number 36, Brodarius Lewis, it looks like.
That's going to be a key for Southern Miss moving forward. Can't have penalties.
5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
Actually, it'll be on D'Amico Rowland. Now it's 2nd and 3 after the infraction.
Yeah, right there, right near the ball, looking at it. You just got to watch it. You cannot afford to have pre-snap penalties against a team that's as explosive as FSU is.
You can't have the mental mistakes if you're Southern Miss. I'm with you on that. This team, this Florida State team, is as good as a team as they've had here in a decade. 2 tight ends in there for Florida State. They got Morlock and Jaheim Bell. Travis with time, plenty of time, over the middle. It is caught for a touchdown. Darion Williamson. And the Noles are on the board first.
Just a great job by Jordan Travis, understanding that he's in man-to-man coverage. He's able to buy time and let Darion Williamson run a perfect route to create separation and get an easy score right there.
Jordan Travis, you and I talked about this with the coaching staff this week. He is like the CEO of this team. He's got complete command, and you see that there with just plenty of time, knowing what buttons to push at every single moment of the game.
Yeah, he's like a computer, George. He understands exactly the situation, where to go with the football, what coverage the defense is playing before they even come out and play it. He just has a great thumb on everything that he's doing offensively for Coach Norville and his offensive coaching staff.
8 plays, 76 yards for the touchdown to Darion Williamson. 3 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock for the Seminoles. And they may be the best team in the country, Orlando.
I truly believe that, and I believe that because of Jordan Travis being their quarterback. Right there on the touchdown to Williamson, he's looking left the whole entire time, but he has such a great feel for what Southern Miss is playing defensively that he knows that that backside safety is not going to have an opportunity to come and make a play on the ball.
Travis had 5 touchdowns total last week, 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. Now 6 total for the season after that touchdown to Williamson.
Yeah. Look for Southern Mississippi to try to get this thing going moving forward, right? You got to come out, you got to try to stretch this team horizontally because Florida State, they got a lot of speed on this defense. So look for them to try to get to the perimeter or get some quick wide receiver screens going as early as possible in this game to keep that defense honest.
Fitzgerald with the kick. And it will go over the head of Antavius Willis. They call him Rambo.
Yeah, that's a nice nickname, right?
That means he goes right in. First blood, apparently.
You got to love this squad that Coach Hall has put together. You know, this is the first time that this team has had the depth that they do have moving forward.
Billy Wiles, the quarterback, the transfer from Clemson, was a walk-on at Clemson and then earned a scholarship. Transferred now to Southern Miss. Coach Hall recruited him when he was the OC at Tulane. His wife knows Billy's mom, who was a member of the U.S. women's national team.
Athleticism runs in the family there.
Yeah, soccer star, Billy Wiles' mom. And we're seeing a lot of movement already. Gore splitting out wide on the left side. They'll begin their drive at the 25-yard line. Wiles with time, throws it, one hops it to Jacarius Caston. Incomplete, second down coming up.
Yeah, it looks like Ty Mims just flat out falls right there. He's not able to get his foot in. Wiles tries to hit him. Look for them to try to come back to that later on the drive because it was right there.
Second down and 10 coming up. Gore in the backfield now to the left of Billy Wiles. Florida State showing blitz, and now we've got whistles. Delay of game on Southern Miss. They're going the wrong direction here now.
Yeah, you got to be able to hold your water. Can't have those pre-snap penalties. We've already seen one on defense with a neutral zone infraction, and now we see a false start with one of the big boys up front on the offensive line.
And the crowd's getting into it. You hear the chant now. Something you're very familiar with, Orlando, playing against this team. We'll get into that at some point. Mims in motion. Wiles, play action. Got time. Goes down the field. He's got a man and overshoots his target. Ty Mims, incomplete. Third and long coming up.
Right there, Wiles just lets it go a little bit too far. But if you're Coach Hall and this offensive staff, you got to feel pretty good about your offensive line holding up and giving Wiles the time he needs to push the ball down the field.
But he threw into double coverage there. Greedy Vance right there with Mims. That's probably not what you want if you're Coach Hall.
No, absolutely not, right? I mean, with how athletic this team is, with all the takeaways that they're able to create. But the thing is, you know that you have that moving forward if you want it to be able to push it down the field.
3rd and 15. Wiles in trouble. He's trying to escape. Gets to the sideline, launches it over the middle of the field. Incomplete, nobody home. And it's a 3 and out for Southern Miss. They'll be forced to punt.
Patrick Payton gets a great get off on that one, and he's able to get in the backfield just right away. You look at the front four for this Florida State team, and they are unbelievable. You see the twist stunt. Wiles is flushed out the pocket. If you're FSU, you got to think great things are going to happen when you're able to get them off schedule.